Hi there mates! Subscribe, give us a like, and share your favorite in this year's Champions League draw. And while you're typing your pick, we proceed to start. Let's get the show on the pitch. It's clear that it's a big disappointment that Barcelona don't go ahead. With what they did this summer, it was to be able to give the push and compete for the Champions League title. Henrik Larsson believes Icardi has sacked Wanda from the position of agent and asked not to pay her €1 million for the transfer to Galatasaray. I will not leave Juventus in January. I'm happy at this great club, Angel Di Maria wrote. Unfortunately, Barcelona were not able to meet the demands of the Champions League. There are still many beautiful things to fight for, Gilles Condé wrote on Instagram. PUBG Mobile is about to launch an update related to football player Lionel Messi. The developers announced the news on Twitter. An Espanyol fan faces up to 2 years in prison, a fine of €5,475, and a 5-year ban for racism against Williams. Arsenal have lost for the first time in 10 matches, suffering their second defeat in 16 games of this season. Ronaldo is unhappy because he wants to play. He was Man United's top scorer, and maybe his last World Cup is a hit. Hargreaves was quoted as saying by Football Daily. Neymar and Pogba will arrive as operators in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I think Valverde will be a world-class player for Madrid for at least the next 10 years. If he continues like this, I don't see any limits, Toni Kroos believes. Arsenal and Manchester City are keeping tabs on Mihailo Mudryk from Shakhtar. I don't know what Antony's doing. It's ridiculous. It's showboating, but that's the way he plays. I've seen him do it at Ajax as well. I think he needs that knocking out of him, Paul Scholes told BT Sport. The second best scorer in the history of national teams, Ali Daei, was detained during the protests by special services of Iran. After 3-6 from Man City, Man United did not lose in 7 matches, having 5 wins and 2 draws. Manchester United have reached the Europa League knockout stages for the 4th time in the last 8 years. Fenerbahce, Freiburg, Real Betis, Real Sociedad and Rennes took the first spots in their respective Europa League quartets, while Man United, PSV and Union confirmed their places in the next phase. It was great to see Ronaldo score. He needs a goal to get over that point, and I'm confident he will get more goals, Ten Hag said. Manchester United Scout Service is looking for potential candidates for the position of goalkeeper. The English side already has 2 goalies on the shortlist, Porto representative Diogo Costa and Unai Simon from Athletic. Manchester City are the favorites to win the 2022-23 Champions League. According to Goal, Bayern and Real Madrid are also in the top 3. Barcelona lost €20 million for not reaching the Champions League quarterfinals, as the Catalan side factored this amount in its budget. West Ham United are the only English team that has currently earned the maximum number of points in the European competitions. Juventus will eventually sack Allegri if the team misses the opportunity to qualify for the Europa League playoffs. Lazio are set to hand Sergej Milinkovic-Savic a new big contract. Lazio president Claudio Lotito told about the matter. Leonardo Bonucci plans to see out his contract with Juventus. His current one runs until the summer of 2024. Thomas Reis took over at FC Schalke 04. Earlier on, Reis headed Bochum, who was the head coach, also responsible for various teams within the club structure. We value Mudryk higher than Manchester United's Antony, for whom they paid €100 million, stated Shakhtar Donetsk Deputy Sporting Director Carlo Nicolini. Kai Havertz was reportedly approached by Bayern Munich over a transfer last summer. The Bavarians contacted the 23-year-old footballer's agents, though Chelsea responded with flat refusal. Atletico Madrid failed to make it to the Champions League knockout stages for only the 2nd time under Simeone. For what we did in the Champions League so far, it's correct to congratulate my players, Napoli boss Luciano Spalletti claimed. The American owners of Crystal Palace intend to buy Lyon. John Textor provided evidence of the agreement with the Otis Management Investment Fund to acquire OL Group, postponed until November 17th. Alisson already has 200 appearances for Liverpool. Becker has been playing for the Reds since the 2018-19 campaign. During this time, he has 90 clean sheets on his account. Now we will direct all our efforts to win the Europa League, Gavi promised. Bayern are set to extend the contract with Eric Maxime Choupo-Moting for one more season. The way we went about our task of beating Barcelona gives us a real boost, shared Julian Nagelsmann. We are through to the knockout stages and I will never take that for granted. This is a big achievement, Jurgen Klopp noted. Yesterday we enjoyed the Europa League and Conference League action. All the latest results are in front of you. Moving on to the main news of the release. Starting with the brief rewind of yesterday's games in the Europa League. Firstly, we had Manchester United's triumph. The Red Devils defeated Sheriff thanks to goals from Dalot, Rashford and Ronaldo. Meanwhile, Roma beat HJK in an away duel, 1-2. Real Sociedad turned out to be stronger than Ammonia, 0-2. Robert Navarro and Brais Mendes secured the victory for the White and Blues. PSV beat Arsenal 2-0. Joey Veerman and Luke de Jong scored an accurate strike each. Real Betis outclassed Ludogorets. Nabil Fekir became the hero of the day with a winning shot. Lazio took 3 points by beating Midtjylland 2-1. Milinkovic-Savic and Pedro made the difference clear. Let's have a look at other hot topics. Ansu Fati's super agent, Jorge Mendes, has sent a serious warning to Barcelona that the forward could leave the club next summer if they continue to bench him, according to the credible Alfredo Martinez. Fati has only started 3 of the 16 games he's played this season, with Xavi preferring him as a substitute. There are numerous clubs that would jump at the opportunity to sign Fati in 2023. The Spaniard is easily among the best 5 players of his generation. Barca holds the ace on Fati as the player has a €1 billion release clause and his contract ends in 2027. Xavi will not be sacked from Barcelona anytime soon. This was reported by COPE journalist Victor Navarro with reference to sources in the board of directors of the Catalan site. Xavi is believed to be untouchable for being who he was as a top performer and because of the Barca project he's building as a manager. Blaugrana management believes that the squad is still under construction. In this regard, one should be patient enough. We are to remind you that earlier on, Barcelona got eliminated from the Champions League tournament, ending up at the Europa League knockout stage for the 2nd time in a row under Xavi. PSG have become the first club to make a bid for Palmeiras wonderkid Endrick, according to reliable reports by Marca. The bid made by the Parisians is €20 million and it's below Palmeiras' €30 to €40 million valuation of the forward. Real Madrid can still sign the 16-year-old if they make a better offer than PSG, after they have watched him play in the coming days. Regardless of who eventually signs Endrick, the Brazilian cannot move to Europe until he turns 18 in 2024. Barcelona are likely to offload up to 3 of their 7 new signings after their early exit from the Champions League, per El Nacional. The 3 players in question are Frank Kessia, Hector Bellerin, Marcos Alonso. Lionel Messi's future is still in limbo, while his PSG contract is coming to an end next summer. The Parisians would like to offer the Argentinian to extend the agreement, though Leo doesn't agree on the deal so far. Barcelona hope to lure Messi too, as Laporta plans to bring Lionel back by building a statue of the legend outside Camp Nou. Moreover, according to Fichajes, Manchester City, Chelsea, and Inter Miami are also in the race for Leo's signature. Among these teams, the citizens are considered to be favorites due to the Guardiola factor, the status of the strongest Premier League force, and one of the Champions League favorites. Folks, check out suggested videos from our other projects. It was Football News. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit.